I'm Chris Sturm. This is Matt Lautner Cattle TV. We're here at the 2011 Tulsa State Fair here in our Class 4, the Crossbred Steer Show, sponsored by Bonham Show Cattle. Be sure to check out bonhamshowcattle.com. We really appreciate Steve's support in bringing you all this great coverage here. We've got an outstanding lineup here in Class 4, the Crossbreds, probably the stoutest class of steers we've seen all day. We've got an incredible calf up front shown by Kira Steerwalt, sold by Collins Cattle. Then we've got a really impressive Monopoly calf there in the 2-hole shown by Baylor Bonham, sold by Tracy Goretzka there in Iowa. And then we've got a really dang good one there in the 3-hole shown by Garrett Hudgens, sold by Lucky Strike Cattle, Mr. Jared Arthur. And then there's 2 really nice calves there down at the end as well. But in my perspective, it's going to probably come down to those 3 right there in the front. Probably be a little bit of personal preference. Those 3 calves there in view. Calf to your far right is shown by Kira Steerwalt. Certainly the Steerwalt family's shown some highly successful calves throughout America. Bonham there in the middle. Certainly been synonymous with some of the best steers for a long time. And then Garrett Hudgens there at the end. The calf come from Jared Arthur. 3 of the who's here in Oklahoma as far as families that can get a steer ready. It should be extremely exciting to see how this class shakes out. Once again, thanks to Bonham Show Cattle for making this class coverage possible here in the Tulsa State Fair Crossbred Steer Show. This is Class 4. We've got 2 more steers down there in contention. Certainly look to be very high quality as well, but I think they're probably going to get outclassed here by those 3 up front, at least from my perspective. But certainly could be wrong. They certainly are no slouches either. It looks like we're down to 4. Got the Steerwalt steer up front. Get a little better view of that Steerwalt calf there as Kira turns it around. He is awesome fronted, really elegant. Well, looks like they've pulled that calf out. I guess he wasn't quite as favorable to their judge as I liked. We're down to those 3 there. We got the Bonham calf up front, Hudgens there in the middle, and the young man there in the green. It looks like we're down to Bonham and Hudgens for this class. 2 incredible calves. That Brockle steers the Monopoly out front. And that calf there, sold by Lucky Strike, and 2 very high quality steers that certainly are deserving of being in contention to win this class. I'd say it's going to be awful close. The judge is going to handle his calf again. As you can see, that calf is extremely balanced, level in his lines, up-headed, attractive. Sets down to the ground, extremely nice on his feet and legs. It's an awful good fat steer right there from Lucky Strike. Congratulations to Garrett Hudgens on exhibiting that good one. And then we'll move up here to the Brockled calf with some chrome there on his flank and down through the ground on his front 2 and rear 2. He's an awful good calf as well. Really big-bodied, really stylish, up-headed calf. Once again, sold by Tracy Goretzka to the Bonham family. Steers shown by Baylor Bonham and sired by Monopoly. I think it's going to be awful close. If I had to make a pick, I don't know, it's tough to make a pick, but just looking at those 2, I probably like the Bonham calf just a touch better. I like that sweep to his rear rib just a little better than the calf behind him, but don't get me wrong, the calf there in 2 is very deep-sided, very capacious. I just like those cattle with a little more sweep to the rib. But it's awful close. 2 extremely high-quality calves out there in contention to win Class 4. As I've said, it may be this calf that wins this Class 4 to be your grand champion steer for the Tulsa State Fair. It's going to be awful close. Our judge is going to walk these calves again. I don't suspect that there's going to be a major discrepancy in structural integrity of these calves. They both get out and move extremely well. Both of the exhibitors doing a great job getting them stuck. Both calves handle themselves very well on the move. Well, there you can see the Bonham calf slowing down just a touch, but now he's getting out and moving. As you can see, tracks extremely well, reaches out the long athletic stride. May get up in that top just a touch, but that's getting really picky. Then you go to that calf there in 2. He reaches out and strides extremely well. Also, It's very, very close. I don't think there's a major discrepancy or difference on soundness between those two. They're just about the same as far as getting out and moving around the ring. But as you look at that Hudson steer there, he really stops and strikes a pose. Maybe just got a touch more chest, but that's getting extremely picky. That calf is big time good. And the Bonham steer up front, as I said, got a little more sweep to his rib. Maybe not quite as chiseled through his throat as that calf there in 2, but super, super close. I've made a pick, but I may back up on that. I'm not sure which way I'd go, to be honest. I'm glad I don't have to make that final decision. It's extremely close on those 2 high-quality steers, one from Bonham and one from Lucky Strike, 2 of the biggest traders here in the state of Oklahoma. They've always got a great set of cattle. As we said, thanks to our Class 4 sponsor, Bonham Show Cattle. They've got a great lineup. Definitely check out BonhamShowCattle.com for their fall offering of steers and heifers. Certainly the longest class of the day. It's really, really close. As we said, our judge is Dr. Ryan Rathman. And yes, he's going to go with that steer from Lucky Strike, shown by Garrett Hudgens. Calf from Baylor Bonham, the Brockle Monopoly, will go 2. Really, really close. As I said, I made a prediction, but sort of backed up there. I think it was so close. Didn't really know which way to go, but congratulations to Garrett Hudgens and Baylor Bonham, top 2 steers in that class. Really, really close, really, really impressive. Once again, thanks to Bonham Show Cattle for their sponsorship. We'll listen to our judge's comments here real quick to see what he thinks on these top 2 steers.
And presented awfully nicely. His kiddos do such a great job. These 2 steers on the top end of this class are just exceptional. They're truly 2 elite steers. The calf that I'm going to go ahead and start with, little things, make the difference. This calf's attitude is probably just a touch better.
Our judge said that both those calves on top were exceptional, and he feels like that champion's, this class calf's attitude just a touch better, might give that calf just a little bit of an advantage for that. So as you can see, extremely close, and both calves fitted extremely nicely, very highly presented. That's an awful good steer. Congratulations once again to Garrett Hudgens and that really stout Monopoly Brockle there in second. Those 2 steers may stay together all the way. They're awful good. Once again, thanks to our sponsor, Bonham Show Cattle. Check out BonhamShowCattle.com for their great fall offering. Trying to get the commentary on that Brockle steer, but our judge is certainly writing a story on the one that won the class, so we'll try to get that thoughts on that really good Brockle steer in second.
And he's a bit fresher in terms of his finish back over those last ribs. So incredibly good steer there. He comes up just a touch short in that stride, but he's made so good, I don't question his soundness. The calf we've got here in second, really, really awesome. At first glance, he looks a little stouter bone. Maybe hair, maybe not, I don't know. But he's really big boned, awfully attractive. Love his body cavity when you look at it from the side. So proportionally built. Everything just fits together the way that it ought to. Like I said, I explained the little differences that I see. I see a little bit more chest out in front of him, but that's...
Judge said the calf's really high quality, maybe a touch bigger bone, really good bodied. Said he might like to see him a little cleaner chested, but extremely, extremely close. Once again, thanks to our Class 4 sponsor, Bonham Show Cattle. Check out BonhamShowCattle.com.